Imagine waking up to the inviting aroma of a hearty breakfast, all prepared in one pan with minimal effort and maximum flavor. The sheet pan breakfast is more than just a trend. It's a revolution in morning routines, blending convenience, nutrition, and taste to create a meal that energizes your day from the very first bite. Whether you're feeding a family, hosting brunch, or simply seeking a more efficient way to enjoy a delicious breakfast, the sheet pan method is your new secret weapon. Picture this. You roll out of bed, the morning sun filtering through your window, and instead of scrambling to cook multiple dishes, you simply slide a loaded tray into the oven. Within moments, your kitchen fills with the sense of sizzling bacon, roasting vegetables, and eggs cooked to perfection. There's something deeply comforting about knowing that a wholesome meal is coming together with hardly any fuss. The beauty of a sheet pan breakfast lies in its versatility. Start by choosing a base, perhaps potatoes, sweet potatoes, or even butternut squash, diced into bite-sized pieces. Toss them with a little olive oil, a sprinkle of salt, cracked black pepper, and your favorite herbs, rosemary, thyme, or paprika for a smoky kick. Spread them evenly across the pan, ensuring each piece has its own space to crisp up and develop flavor. Next, add color and nutrition with a selection of vegetables. Bell peppers, red onions, cherry tomatoes, and zucchini all roast beautifully, caramelizing at the edges and releasing their natural sweetness. You can even sneak in some leafy greens like kale or spinach, which wilt gently and soak up the flavors of their companions. For extra heartiness, consider adding mushrooms, which bring an earthy depth to the dish. If breakfast feels incomplete without protein, there are endless options to suit your taste. Classic breakfast sausages or thick-cut bacon can be nestled among the veggies, their fats rendering and infusing the entire tray with savory goodness. Or, for a lighter option, try turkey bacon or plant-based sausage alternatives. If you prefer, crisp prosciutto can add a touch of elegance, while smoked salmon brings a luxurious brunch-worthy twist. The moment of magic comes when you add eggs. After the vegetables and proteins have roasted until nearly done, use a spoon to make little wells in the pan, then crack an egg into each one. Return the pan to the oven just long enough for the egg whites to set, while the yolks remain golden and runny. The eggs bake gently atop the sizzling medley, soaking up the surrounding flavors and creating perfect individual servings. But the creativity doesn't stop there. A sheet pan breakfast is a blank canvas for your favorite seasonings and add-ins. Crumbled feta or goat cheese melts into creamy pockets, while grated cheddar or Monterey Jack brings a classic, comforting taste. Fresh herbs, chives, parsley, basil add a burst of color and freshness at the very end. For those who like a little heat, a scattering of sliced jalapenos or a drizzle of hot sauce will wake up your palate just as much as your morning coffee. The simplicity of sheet pan cooking is a game changer for busy mornings. Preparation takes minutes: chop, toss, and arrange, while the oven does the heavy lifting, freeing you to focus on your morning routine. There's no juggling multiple pans or hovering over a stovetop. Instead, you're rewarded with a meal that looks as impressive as it tastes, all with a fraction of the effort. Cleanup is equally painless. With just one pan to wash, you'll spend less time at the sink and more time savoring your meal, or maybe even grabbing a few extra minutes of relaxation before the day begins. For even easier cleanup, simply line your pan with parchment paper or foil, then lift the mess away in seconds. Let's not forget the nutritional benefits of a sheet pan breakfast. By loading your tray with vegetables, lean proteins, and eggs, you're fueling your body with balanced nutrition. The combination of fiber, healthy fats, and protein keeps you satisfied longer, helping to curb mid-morning cravings and sustain your energy until lunchtime. Moreover, the sheet pan approach is incredibly adaptable to dietary preferences and restrictions. Gluten-free? Stick to naturally gluten-free ingredients like potatoes, eggs, and fresh produce. Prefer a dairy-free breakfast? Omit the cheese or use plant-based alternatives. For those following a vegetarian or vegan lifestyle, skip the traditional meats and add extra beans, tofu, or tempeh for a protein boost. Seasonal produce can transform your sheet pan breakfast all year round. In autumn, roast cubes of pumpkin, Brussels sprouts, and red onion, seasoned with sage and a pinch of nutmeg. During spring, try asparagus, baby potatoes, and leeks, finished with a sprinkle of lemon zest. Summer invites the use of zucchini, ripe cherry tomatoes, and fresh basil, while winter's root vegetables, parsnips, carrots, and sweet potatoes bring natural sweetness and warmth. For those who love a touch of indulgence, a sheet pan breakfast can easily accommodate richer flavors. Scatter chunks of crusty bread over the tray to create a rustic breakfast panzanella, or add dollops of pesto or sun-dried tomato tapenade for an Italian flair. A handful of olives or roasted red peppers offers bold Mediterranean notes, while a drizzle of maple syrup over sweet potatoes and sausage brings a subtle, sweet, savory contrast. Entertaining guests? The sheet pan breakfast is your best friend. It scales effortlessly to feed a crowd. Just use a larger pan or multiple pans, and let your oven do the work while you enjoy time with your guests. Serve directly from the tray for a casual, communal feel, or plate up portions with a side of crusty bread or a fresh fruit salad for a more elegant presentation. Children love the interactive nature of a sheet pan breakfast. Invite them to help choose toppings or arrange ingredients on the tray. The visual appeal of colorful vegetables and golden eggs can encourage even picky eaters to try something new, making breakfast a fun and inclusive family activity. For meal preppers, the sheet pan breakfast is a revelation. Roast a generous batch on the weekend, then refrigerate leftovers in individual containers. In the mornings, simply reheat a portion for a quick, satisfying meal that beats any drive-through option. The flavors often deepen overnight, making leftovers just as delicious, if not more so, than they were fresh from the oven. If you're seeking inspiration for your next sheet pan breakfast, consider these flavor combinations: smoked paprika potatoes with chorizo, bell peppers, and eggs, herbed sweet potatoes, red onions, and feta cheese, or mushrooms, spinach, and crumbled goat cheese finished with fresh dill. For a global twist, try adding a dash of curry powder and chickpeas for an Indian-inspired spin, or layer in tortillas and salsa for a Tex-Mex breakfast bake. What truly sets the sheet pan breakfast apart is the way it brings people together. There's something inherently inviting about a tray of food, hot from the oven, ready to be shared. It encourages conversation, connection, and a moment of pause in our often hurried mornings. Whether enjoyed in the quiet of dawn or as the centerpiece of a lively brunch, this one-pan meal has the power to transform the way you think about breakfast. So, tomorrow morning, instead of settling for a rushed bowl of cereal or skipping breakfast altogether, treat yourself to the simple pleasure of a sheet pan breakfast. Let the oven work its magic while you ease into your day, knowing that a nourishing, delicious meal awaits. With endless combinations to explore and a process that couldn't be simpler, you'll soon find yourself looking forward to mornings, eager to wake up and savor the flavors of a breakfast made just for you. One pan, endless possibilities, and a delicious start to every day.